Act 1. So a lot has happened up to this point. But the things that are important are that King Hamlet, Hamlet's dead daddy, appears to him as a ghost and tells him that it is his brother, now King Claudio, that murdered him. He didn't just die. And he asked him to avenge his death. So as Hamlet is searching for his revenge, he goes a little crazy and starts lashing out on people, including his girlfriend, Ophelia. And then King Claudio gets a little uncomfortable that Hamlet is going so crazy, so he sends him off to England for a vacation, a little rest, relaxation. And, and Ophelia is so offended that Hamlet tells her to get thee to a nunnery, probably the worst breakup line ever. And so she decides to drown herself, and Hamlet is now returning from England. He doesn't know about Ophelia's death, and he comes upon this grave that two grave diggers are digging as they argue the semantics of suicide. And that's here.
Is she to be buried in Christian burial that willfully seeks her own salvation?
I tell thee she is, and therefore make her grave straight. The crowner hath shouted her, and finds it Christian burial.
How can that be unless she drowned herself in her own defense?
Tis found so.
It must be se offendendo. It cannot be out. For here lies the point. An act hath three branches. It is to act, to do, and to perform. Argyle, she drowned herself wittingly.
Nay, but here you go.
Give me leave. Here lies the water. Good. Here stands the man. Good. If the man goes to the water and drowns himself, it is willy-nilly he goes. Mark you that. But if the water comes to him and drowns him, he drowns not himself. Argyle, he that is not responsible for his own death shortens not his own life.
Is this law?
Mary, it's Crowner's Westlaw.
Will you have the truth on it? If this had not been a gentlewoman, she should have been buried out of Christian burial?
Why, there thou say it. Those that have more pity on great folk that have countenance in this world to drown or hang themselves, more than they're even Christian. Come, my spade, for there are no ancient gentlemen but gardeners, ditchers, and grave makers. They hold up Adam's profession.
Was he a gentleman?
He was the first that ever bore arms.
He has none.
What? Ah, heathen! How dost thou understand the scripture? The scripture says Adam digged. How could he dig if he didn't have arms? I'll put another question to thee. If thou answerest me not to the purpose, confess thyself.
Go to.
it the mason, the shipwright, or the carpenter?
But the gallows maker! For that house outlived 1,000 tenants.
Faith, I like thy wit well. Gallows does well, but how does it well? It does well to those that do in. Thou dost ill to say the gallows is built stronger than the church. The gallows may do well to thee. Do it again. Come.
Who builds stronger than shipwright, a mason, or a carpenter?
Aye, tell me that. And on you.
Married, I can tell.
Do it.
Alas, I cannot tell. Oh.
Cudgel thy brains no more about it. For your dull ass does not mend his pace well with beating. And the next time thou answerest a question, say a grave maker. For the houses that he builds last till doomsday. Go, fetch thee the organ, and fetch me a stupid liquor. In youth when I did love, methought it was very sweet, and contrary to the time, methought it was very neat.
Has this fellow no feeling of his business that he sings at grave making?
Custom hath made it in him a property of easiness.
Is he so? The hand of little employment hath the daintiest sense.
For death, in his stealing steps, hath clawed me in his clutch, and until me went into the land, as if it never been such.
I will speak to this fellow. Whose grave is this, sirrah?
Mine, sir. Oh, a bit delightful to be made for such a guest as meet.
I think it be thine, for thou liest in it.
Thou lie out on it, sir, and therefore it is not yours. For my part, I do not lie in it, and yet it is still mine.
Dost thou lie in it, to be in it, to say it is thine? 'Tis for the dead, not for the quick. Therefore, thou liest.
'Tis a quick lie, sir. 'Twill away again from me to you.
What man dost thou dig it for?
No man, sir.
What woman then?
For none neither.
Then who is to be buried in it?
One that was a woman, sir. But rest her soul, she's dead.
How absolute the knave is. We must speak by the card, or equivocation will undo us. By the Lord, Horatio, I have taken note in it these 3 years that the toe of the peasant comes so near the heel of the courtier. He gaffs his kine. How long hast thou been a grave maker?
Of all the days of the year, I came to it that first day that our King Hamlet overcame Fortinbras.
And how long is that since?
Cannot you tell that? Every fool can tell that.
I can tell.
He came to it that day that our young Hamlet was born. He that is murdered and sent into England.
Aye, Mary. Why was he sent into England?
Why? Because he was mad. For there he shall regain his wits. Or if not, 'tis a no great matter there.
Why?
Will there not be seen him in there? For there the men are as mad as he.
How came he mad?
Very strangely, they say.
How strangely.
Faith, even with losing his wits.
Upon what ground?
Why, here in Denmark. I've been sexton here, man and boy, 30 years.
How long will a man lie in the earth ere he rot?
Why, faith, if any be not rotten before he die, for we have many pocky That was scarce hold the laying in. He will last you some 8 year or 9 year. Here's a skull now. The skull is laying in the air some 3 and 20 year.
Whose was it?
It was in pestilence of a mad rose it was.
Whose do you think it was? Nay, I know not.
A wholesome mad fellow. He pulled a flagon of reddish on my head once. 'Twas Yorick's skull. It's just
This.
even that.
Let me see. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. A fellow of infant jest and excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times. And now, how abhorred in my imagination is this, my gorge rins at. Here hung those lips I have kissed I know not how oft. Where be your guides now? Your gambols, your songs, your flashes of merriment that were wont to set the table on a roar. Prithee, Horatio, tell me one thing.
What's that, my lord?
Do you think Alexander looked o' this fashion as he lay in the egg?
Even so.
And smelt so? Ha!
Even so, my lord.
To what base uses we may return, Horatio?
Try to consider, too curiously to consider so.
But soft.
But soft.
Here comes the king, the queen, the courtiers. Who is this they follow? And with such mated rights? This doth the token the course they follow did with desperate hand forego its own life. 'Twas of some estate. Couch we awhile. And mark.